Welcome to Standard Voice News Channel. I am Samira Ibrahim. Here are your top stories for today. Rejoinder on the alleged recovery of arms and ammunition in the house of a member representing Svtv in the State House of Assembly. Nigeria records 675 new cases of COVID-19. Total infections near 21,000. President Muhammadu Buhari thanks partners, describes how Nigeria fought and won world polio virus war. On business, Nigeria's external reserves down by $261 million. And on the international scene, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has officially cancelled the 2020 international Hajj exercise. Now the news in details. The attention of Zamfara State Police Command has been drawn to a publication by a Hausa online TV and trending on social media platforms. The story, which was published in Hausa language, narrated how the security agent from Kano State uncovered AK-47 rifles, boxes containing live ammunition, and tear gas in the residence of a Zamfara State House of Assembly member located in Takama area of Gusau Metropolis, as well as grenade in his Svtv residence. The story in its entirety is false. The police officer, the writer, claimed to have confirmed the story had been out of the command since 2014. The command enjoins members of the public to disregard the story and the need for the press to avoid sensational journalism in their reportage of events. What the state and by extension the country at large need at this time is that all hands must be on decks to find a lasting solution to any act of brigandage and other related offences. One of the 5 former lawmakers that defected to the ruling People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Zamfara State, Alhaji Abdullahi Muhammad Dan Sadau, has declared that they have defected to the ruling People's Democratic Party (PDP) because they are convinced that Governor Bello Muhammad Matawalli is doing his best to transform the state. The former lawmaker who made this known said, "The current governor has done well in securing the people and is doing his best to restore peace in the state." He noted that even while in the opposition, anytime there is security challenge along his Ansado constituency, he usually chat with the governor and intimate him of the development, and the governor always responds whenever there is need for it. On why they abandoned their former principal, Governor Yari, Dan Sadau noted that even when they were in power as lawmakers, they don't have access to the former governor, not to talk of advising him on the right things to do, a situation which he said has rendered them useless. The 11th teleconference of the Nigerian Governors Forum is now scheduled for Wednesday, 24th June 2020. The meeting, which is expected to be joined by all the 36 state governors, is scheduled to begin at 2 p.m. According to the invitation issued by the Director General of the Forum, Mr. Ashisha Nabayu, several crucial national questions will be addressed by the governors, prominent among which revolve around health, the economy and infrastructure. After brokering the suspension of industrial action by the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors (NAD), the governors are expected to review the doctors' grievances in order to tackle the problem towards ensuring that the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors (NAD) return to work and provide their services in a convivial working atmosphere. Also expected to feature in the Nigerian Governors Forum meeting is a presentation on the update of the COVID-19 strategic plan by the Health Minister, Dr. Osagi Ihanire. Another update on the Nigerian Governors Forum Committee of Governors mandated by the Forum to interface with the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 pandemic, headed by Ifeanyi Okowo, Governor of Delta State, will also be brought before the Forum for review. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control (NCDC) on Monday reported 675 new cases of coronavirus. The new cases bring the country's total reported cases since February to 20,919. According to the health agency, 7,109 patients have been successfully treated and discharged, while 525 have died as a result of the virus. In Monday's report, Lagos State recorded the highest number of new cases with 288, and Oyo was second with 76. Other states with new cases include Rivers 56, Delta 31, Ebonyi 30, Gombe 28, Ondo, Kaduna and Kwara 28, Ogun 17, FCT 16, Edo 13, Abia 10, Nasarawa and Imo 9 each, Bayelsa, Borno and Katsina 8 each, Sokoto and Bauchi 3 each, while Plateau recorded 2 cases. President Muhammadu Buhari is currently meeting with the leadership of the Progressive Governors Forum, led by Governor Atiku Bagudu at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Governor Bagudu was accompanied by Governors Simon Lalong of Plateau State and Badura Abubakar of Jigawa State. News Agency of Nigeria, NAN, gathered that the meeting may, among other national matters, deliberate on the ongoing political crisis in the ruling party, the All Progressives Congress (APC), following the suspension of the party's national chairman, Comrade Adams Oshomole, by the court. It could be recalled that the Senate President Ahmad Lawal had on June 21st met with President Buhari over the APC crisis, where he challenged leadership of the party across the country to make every possible effort to get the party reconciled. Senator Ahmad Lawal deliberated that the leadership of the party have to deal with the challenges, being the ruling party with the president with the control of the National Assembly, with more governors than any other political party. The opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP) has named a 5-member electoral committee headed by the Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed to conduct the June 25th Edo State Governorship primary. The party's National Organizing Secretary Austin Okobundu announced this in a press statement issued on Monday. The statement announced a lawmaker representing Mangu, Baku's federal constituency of Plateau State in the House of Representatives, Solomon Bulus Marin, as the secretary of the committee. Also, Oyo State Governor Mr. Seyi Makinde and his Zamfara State counterpart, Dr. Bello Muhammad Matawalli, as well as Senator Lillian Ekwinife, were named as members of the party's primary electoral committee. A federal high court in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, has stopped Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki from participating in the People's Democratic Party (PDP) governorship primary slated for Thursday, June 25th. One of the PDP governorship aspirants, Omoregi Ihama, filed the suit on Monday after vowing not to step down for Obaseki. Honorable Justice E.A. Abile, who granted the order, allowed the independent to serve the parties through substituted means in 2 national dailies and adjourned till June 24th for hearing of the summons. President Muhammadu Buhari congratulates fellow citizens on the joyous and historic occasion as Nigeria becomes wild polio virus free, while appreciating all partners, local and national, for their relentless effort in ensuring the clean health bill. This achievement, the President says, reflects the resilient spirit of Nigerians, particularly the capacity of hard-working men and women in the health industry who drew resources and support from multiple sectors to deal a final blow to the deadly virus. This achievement is not only one of the greatest successes of this generation of Nigerians, but also one of the obvious dividends of this administration, which is consistent with our progressive investment in the health of our people since 2015. This landmark achievement is also a promise kept to all Nigerians. He recalled that in August 2015, he promised Nigerians that his government will provide the necessary resources and commitment required to strengthen the health system, routine immunization, and ensure the country is certified polio-free. The President notes that in 2016, the country suffered a major setback in the polio eradication effort with the outbreak of the wild polio virus in Borno State, after about 2 years without any case, and he promptly directed the immediate release of 9.8 billion naira to the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency to contain the outbreak. Minister of Foreign Affairs Geoffrey Onuma on Monday summoned Ms. Svtv, charged the affairs of Ghana to Nigeria to explain the recent attacks on the Nigeria's mission in Ghana. Mr. Onuma said this in his verified Twitter handle in Abuja on Monday. The minister also called for provision of adequate security for the High Commission's premises and staff in Ghana. It was gathered that the attacks on Nigerian High Commission's quarters in Accra happened in the early hours of June 20th. Someone discharged the affairs of the High Commission of Ghana to Nigeria, Ms. Svtv, to demand urgent explanation on the recent attacks on a residential building in Nigeria's diplomatic premises and reinforcement of security around diplomatic premises and staff. About 51 degree awarding institutions in Nigeria will not admit candidates who scored below 180 in the 2020 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) for any program. This is according to a document from the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAM). A source reported how JAM announced 160 as the official minimum cut-off mark for admission into Nigerian universities for the 2020/2021 admission session. The decision was reached through a voting system, but some universities said they will not go below 180 as their cut-off mark. Out of the 51 institutions who decided not to go below 180, only one said its minimum cut-off mark is 210, while 9 institutions said their minimum cut-off mark is 200. Also, one university benched its own minimum at 190, while 40 institutions pitched their minimum at 180. Institutions that won't accept less than 200 are Pan-Atlantic University 210, Covenant University 200, Abafemi Awolowo University 200, University of Ibadan 200, Seminary of All Saints affiliated to University of Benin 200, University of Benin 200. Others with 200 cut-off marks are Bigad Memorial Seminary affiliated to University of Ibadan, University of Lagos, Emmanuel College of Theology and Christian Education affiliated to University of Ibadan, and St. Peter and Paul Seminary. Others with less than 200 cut-off marks are Lagos State University 190, Nigerian Army University 180, Alias Okwime Federal University 180, University of Ilorin 180, and University of Jos 180. Also, other universities with 180 cut-off marks are University of Abuja, Bayero University, Ahmadu Bello University, Austin University, and Rivers State University. Breakdown: there are 182 degree awarding institutions in Nigeria. 10 of these said their minimum cut-off mark is 200 and above. 11 institutions said theirs will remain at 190 and above. About 51 institutions said their cut-off mark is benched at 180 and above. Also, 64 institutions' cut-off mark will be from 170 and above. President Muhammadu Buhari has called on local and federal authorities to provide assistance to victims of the fire incident in Oba Market, Benin, Edo State. He said his thoughts and prayers are with those who lost their shops and wares. The president also directed an investigation into the cause of the inferno in order to avoid the horrific situation in the future, while condoling with all those that were affected. On business, Nigeria's foreign reserves dropped by $261 million in 15 days. Data published by the Central Bank of Nigeria's CBN's website shows that Nigeria's external reserve is now $36.3 billion as at June 18. According to CBN's data, Nigeria's external reserve position as at June 3rd was $36.59 billion. The drop was as a result of the ever-rising demand of Nigerians for importation despite the global lockdown and the limited dollar revenue due to the stiff organization of petroleum exporting countries OPEC cut and low crude oil prices. The reserves declined for a second consecutive week since June 3rd, when it stood at $36.577 billion. This represents a decline of $261 million or 0.71% in 15 days compared to the $36.316 billion as at June 18, 2020. The naira has been under pressure against other major currencies, particularly the dollar, since the fall in oil prices and the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. This has triggered a wave of currency speculators who believed the devaluation, which occurred in March, should have been more. The CBN devalued its official exchange rate in March from 307 naira/$1 in reaction to the fall in crude oil prices. However, Brent crude oil prices have risen since then to over $43 per barrel, but yet to hit pre-crash level prices. Speculators are betting that the government may devalue the naira further if they are to fund the government's huge revenue cap. However, dollar shortages, which is impacting on the external reserves, continue, thus widening the exchange rate at the investors and exporters window and the parallel market. The federal government, through the Economic Sustainability Committee, had proposed the unification of the exchange rate to maximize naira returns to Federal Account Allocation Committee (FAC) from the foreign exchange inflows. And on the international scene, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has made a decision to allow only local Saudi pilgrims of different nationalities to attend Hajj 2020 in limited numbers. International Hajj 2020 has been cancelled. Ministry of Hajj and Umrah of Saudi Arabia has been chairing a number of meetings to make a decision on Hajj 2020. Finally, the decision is out. Haramain Sharifain confirms that the International Hajj 2020 has been called off. Meanwhile, local pilgrim Saudi residents were able to perform Umrah 2020, but in very specific number, meaning this year's Hajj will be limited in number, and the viewers all around the world will see empty places which once used to be filled and jam-packed with Hajj pilgrims. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Rejoinder on the alleged recovery of arms and ammunition in the house of a member representing Svtv in the State House of Assembly. Nigeria records 675 new cases of COVID-19. Total infections near 21,000. President Muhammadu Buhari thanks partners, describes how Nigeria fought and won World Polio Virus War. On business, Nigeria's external reserves down by $261 million. And on the international scene, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has officially cancelled the 2020 International Hajj exercise. That's the news. On behalf of the production crew, Head of News and Current Affairs Department, Ibrahim Garbatunau, I am Samira Ibrahim, wishing you a pleasant day. Keep watching Standard Voice Television News. Goodbye.